here we are. This is S.x Love Psychedelics, and I'm your host, Dr. Kat, bringing you psychosexual conversations that will leave you intellectually turned on and hungry for more.
Yes. Yeah. When we're describing to people about this concept of energy, we've used this word, energetic lovemaking, energy, orgasms. How would you depict that for someone as it relates to sex?
Yeah, so actually, we all felt energy. I know it sometimes might sound a little esoteric, or some people might get a little scared. How do I even tap into this? If you are sexually aroused and you just pause for a second and bring awareness to that tingling in your genitals area, to this, I don't know, maybe warmth, maybe fire, maybe butterflies, maybe pulsating sensation, that's your sexual energy. And what I'm gonna ask you to do, because energy is subtle, so we really have to slow down to be able to start fully tapping into it and to actually allow that sexual energy to expand. So two things we want to do: we want to slow down and we want to relax. Because again, I always say that, right? Sex on average lasts 5.4 minutes, right, in our society, and more than half of men ejaculate within the less than 2 minutes of penetration, right? So if we are doing things really fast in a short period of time, there is not enough space nor time for the energy to expand and for the energy to move beyond your genitals, right? So you want that pleasure, that turn on to start circulating all over your body, not just pushing it into the genital area. So through relaxing, through breathing, through sounding, through awareness, through movement, through slowing down, you will invite that pleasure, that turn on, that energy. Use those words interchangeably if, maybe turn on is less intimidating than energy, and allow it to go up. And just less doing and more allowing. So less chasing what you believe the orgasm should be, and just allowing the turn on to flow and observing what happens. And you will see that first you will start experience those orgasmic states within yourself. And how I like to call that, instead of having an orgasm, you're going to become orgasmic. To me, this is a great way of describing it. So it's a prolonged state of being, right? And allowing that. And then the same principles really go to experiencing with your partner. And then we actually know that we can command the energy. So once we're going to add a little bit of focus and intention, then we can start exchanging that turn on, that pleasure with the partner. And that's what I refer to as energetic lovemaking. And my Lord, when this energy starts to float between the two of you, there is really this sense of becoming one. And once you experience it, trust me, you will know that this is happening. And yeah, that's what I refer to as energetic lovemaking, that energetic exchange.
Yeah. How would you describe that feeling of oneness?
It's this feeling of oneness. There is no ego. There is no separation. Your heart is just blast open, and it's not necessarily feeling like you're falling in love with this person in front of you, but you just are open. You just are love. I know it maybe all sound a little bit cliche, but that's really what happens. And it's really like being high, to be honest, like being high on drugs, but you get high on your own supply. And I love also how Margot Anand describes it as a sky dancing. So it feels like you are high sky dancing with your partner together, and your souls are intertwined, and time stops to exist. And it's just this big piece of, extended I don't know, deliciousness. Let's say.
Yeah. And I think this is the point in which sex becomes psychedelic, You know, as you're saying, it's like sex on drugs. It's like, this is I'm thinking of the sex and psychedelic survey that I've been doing since September. I have over 600 responses to it. And time and time again, I'm seeing this theme of interconnectedness, oneness, dissolution of boundaries. So it's very similar to what you're describing here. And in my own experiences around energetic love making with my own self, or with a partner, it's the same. It's like everything is gone, the deepest meditation, getting lost in the presence, but not knowing where presence is except here.
Yeah. And, you know, this is also why I'm so passionate about this topic, because sex, similar as psychedelics, is, you know, to me, currently in the world, probably the two most important gateways to awakening our society. There is meditation, there's other things, but meditation takes forever and not everyone is disciplined enough, while we all have sex, right? And everyone wants to have a better sex. And to me, my psychedelic experiences were actually very similar to those orgasmic states and equally powerful.
Well, that was fun. Thanks for tuning in, lovers. And if you want to experience more ecstasy and sexual liberation, head over to s.x and learn about how you can join me for any one of my online or live events. And while you're there, grab my free guide on sex and psychedelics. Remember, this podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please contact your healthcare provider and local law before pursuing any of the products or psychedelics discussed. And one final note here. I make this show specifically for you. If you're loving the show, then be sure to leave me a review in iTunes or Spotify to let me know. Happy to be here and happy to serve. I'll see you next time on S.x Love Psychedelics.